Thinking about moving to Old Town Alexandria but not sure if you should rent or buy? Let's break it down. One of the biggest benefits of buying is that you are building equity, kind of like putting money into a savings account every month without even thinking about it. Instead of just paying to live somewhere, a portion of each mortgage payment goes toward owning more and more of your home. Over time, that adds up to real wealth. And in a desirable area like Old Town, where home values tend to appreciate, that equity can grow even faster, giving you more financial flexibility down the road, whether it's for a future move, renovations, or even leveraging it for other investments. You also get stability, no rent hikes, no lease renewals, just a place that's truly yours. And let's not forget, you can make it your own. Paint, remodel, customize whatever fits your style and needs. That's especially important in an area like Old Town with a high volume of older and historic homes that may need renovations to meet modern standards. Plus, you could benefit from tax deductions on mortgage interest and property taxes. Another advantage of buying in Old Town is the strong future rental potential. With its walkable charm, historic appeal, and proximity to DC, homes in this area are consistently in demand among renters. If you are considering using a home as an investment property in the future, be aware that there may be restrictions around short-term rentals, so be sure to research current laws. But let's be real, buying isn't for everyone. The upfront costs can be high. Between the down payment, closing costs, and property taxes, it adds up. You're also on the hook for all maintenance and repairs, especially in some of these beautiful but older homes. If you are buying a condo or townhouse, you'll want to budget for association fees too. Also, if you are not sure that you will stay in the area for at least 3 to 5 years, buying may not be your best option. Now let's talk about some pros of renting. Renting offers flexibility in certain areas. You can move more easily and your upfront costs are much lower, typically just the first month's rent and a deposit. Plus, maintenance isn't your problem. If the HVAC goes out or your roof is leaking, it's not your bill. For those who prefer to have fewer responsibilities for home maintenance, renting may make more sense than buying. Additionally, with renting, your landlord is typically responsible for HOA and condo fees while you get to take advantage of the amenities that the community offers. Renting might also let you live in a part of Old Town you couldn't afford to buy in just yet. And if you are newer to the area or move around frequently, having the flexibility to relocate on short notice is a plus. One of the biggest downsides of renting is that you are not building equity. Every rent check you write goes directly to your landlord, helping them pay off their mortgage or grow their investment while you are left with no long-term financial return. Unlike homeowners, renters don't benefit from property appreciation or the ability to leverage that equity for future goals like renovations, investment properties, or even retirement. Over time, especially in a high-demand area like Old Town where prices tend to rise, the opportunity cost of not owning can really add up. You are essentially paying to borrow a space without the benefit of owning a valuable asset. Rent can also go up at the end of your lease, so you may end up paying more if you want to extend your lease. There's also less long-term security if your landlord decides not to renew your lease. Another downside of renting is the lack of creative control. When you are renting, you are essentially living in someone else's space with their rules. You want to paint the walls, swap out light fixtures, or install smart home features, you'll likely need approval, and in many cases, it's just not allowed. Even small personal touches like hanging art or changing cabinet hardware might be off limits. For people who want their home to reflect their style and lifestyle, those restrictions can make a rental feel more like a temporary stop than a true home. Now let's dive a little deeper into costs. When it comes to cost, there is a noticeable difference between average rent and home prices in Old Town. As of June 2025, the average rent for a 2-bedroom condo unit is around $2,900 per month, while the median sale price for a condo the same size in the area is about $445,000. The average rent for a 3 to 4 bedroom townhome is $4,500 a month, with a median sales price of $935,000. If you are thinking about buying, it helps to understand how mortgage interest rates can impact your monthly payment. With a 20% down payment on a $500,000 home, your loan amount would be $400,000. At a 3% interest rate, your monthly principal and interest payment would be about $1,686. At 4%, it jumps to around $1,910, and at 5%, it rises to approximately $2,147. These numbers don't include taxes, insurance, or HOA fees, which will add a few $100s per month. That means even at a 5% rate, your total monthly housing cost when buying could be about the same as renting, while you are simultaneously building equity. So how do you decide? If you are planning to stay in Old Town for a few years and you are financially ready, buying could make more sense. Renting could potentially offer a lower monthly payment in the short term, but buying allows you to build equity over time, so it really comes down to your financial goals, timeline, and lifestyle preferences. But if you are still exploring the area to find the perfect location or want more flexibility, renting might be a smarter move, at least for now. Still unsure? I help clients every day weigh their options and figure out what makes the most sense for their lifestyle. Reach out. Let's talk through it. Take care.